go. All right. Julie, so good to have you here. I would love it if you could introduce yourself and tell me what it is that you do.
I'm Julie Zeller. I live in California. I am a senior instructional designer that I've been in the field for about 19 years, and I've worked my way up. And I'm very thrilled to say that with Danielle's help, I have landed my next role.
Wow. So tell me more about before us meeting. What was your situation with your career and your job search?
Desperate, to be honest. I was
Mm.
absolutely rage applying. I did over 600 applications. I got 180 rejections via email. I got a few first round interviews and frequently ghosted. And I realized the ever famous saying, doing the same thing, expecting different results, is insanity. And so that's when I contacted you because I knew I needed a change.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing those details. As horrifying as it may sound, I think a lot of people have experienced, if not all of what you've described, at least, some of it, right? When they've been looking for a new job for a little while. So I would love it if you share maybe a little bit more about what you have learned that has helped you to secure a new role.
Uh, for one, very much ensure that your job description that you're looking at matches your actual experience. You can use the bot scanners online to see how well your resume matches up to that. And it's a really good gut check to see if you really are a match for that role. And being able to have a higher score with rewriting my resume with you, I definitely saw an increase, to be honest. It was a 60% score against my ideal role versus after working with you, I believe it was 85 to 94, somewhere in there, a lot better than what I was working with. And ultimately, when
Nice.
I reapplied again, because it reopened, it worked.
Nice. Nice. So good. And what were you able to land?
I was able to get a $10,000 increase in pay as well as increase to a senior instructional designer role from my contract instructional designer role that I had. So I'm back up to where I was 5 years ago. It took me 5 years to recover from the downfall of my title. So, and it was
Wow.
because I was using outdated techniques and practices.
Yeah, congratulations. I mean, the thing is that you've done the work, right? It's not like you haven't done the work. You've definitely implemented some of the things that you've learned. And how long did it take for you to achieve this result from the time we started?
About 4 days.
4 days? Huh?
Yeah, I applied for the job on Monday. I heard back on Thursday. I had the interview on Friday. They changed it from a one on one with the hiring manager to a panel interview. And then at the end of the panel interview, everyone was laughing and having a great time. And I was informed by the hiring manager that there would be one more round after the panel interview. So that was understandable. It was scheduled for Monday. But at the time that we hung up the panel interview, I got a phone call about a half an hour later. It was the hiring manager saying that he didn't want to do another round. He wanted to hire me. And that was
Wow.
just the greatest feeling on a Friday afternoon. And so I'm just
Wow.
incredibly grateful.
That's so amazing. And what do you attribute this to that they decided, you know what, after this, we want you?
Being results oriented, to show whenever they had a question, I would take a moment to think. So paused my thinking instead of a knee jerk reaction response, but think about a situation that would I could speak to numbers and actual differences that I was able to contribute to the company. And through that storytelling, using a variation of the STAR method, situation, task, action, and result, and giving the hard numbers, I was able to tell a much more measurable story for them.
Nice. So good. Is there anything else that you'd love to share with people that maybe are considering, working with me and my program for getting hired?
We have a learning mindset. realize that the landscape of the marketplace has changed, will always change. And the latest tactics, that is not your specialty. Your specialty is whatever field that you are in. Danielle is top shelf for sure, knowing what's going on in the marketplace, knowing the techniques, strategies, and resources that are available that are not as obvious. You've brought them to my attention, and I have forwarded them on to my friends who are also looking for roles, and they have been very effective for all of us involved. So, very
Nice.
grateful to have found you.
Was there anything in particular that you would like to share about the training videos that I have in the program?
They really made a difference. To be honest, like the first one got my heads up as to what I was into, but the second video, and I'm blanking on the name, I'm sorry about that, but
No
it was
worries.
so impactful. I had 5 pages of notes of things to really meditate on, where I could fix my delivery and my approach to the job search. It was just absolutely invaluable. And I'm very grateful that once you have access to it, you can review it again and again as you need, or as time allows. A little sneaky secret, yes, it works on your mobile device. So it came in really handy when I was in line a few times because I was like, I was thinking about it and I was able to pull it up. And that was just really, really helpful. So that
Nice.
approach worked really well for me.
I appreciate that coming from an instructional designer too, right?
Yeah.
I
I look at all
appreciate that
techniques for
feedback.
training. And that one was really effective. It was very well
Yes.
paced.
Yes.
The audio was good. The visuals really brought home the approach of how to do different things that I honestly was weak in looking for a new job. So they are
Was it
fantastic
phase
videos.
one? Yeah. Was it in the clear target portion or in the
Yes,
search part?
really defining the
Yeah.
role that I really wanted to go after, because my career path has been a little haphazard, and it wasn't really fulfilling. And so it really gave me guideposts to really start defining what I wanted to do for my next steps. And that's probably what was the earworm, honestly, that stuck with me, is me defining my North Star for my career.
No, thank you so much for sharing this, Julie. I appreciate you, and I'm so impressed with the results that you've been able to get.
So am I.
That's awesome. Thanks again.